Lieutenant, make a note. It's time for the deals.
Yes.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another eShop deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we pick out some of the best games currently on sale. So after a few quiet weeks, we finally have a massive sale drop, with some games that are at brand new lows and even some games getting their first ever sale. And today we're going to be looking at some of my top picks. Now today's video is one of those videos where the sizzle reel is just as important as the main part of the video, so make sure you don't miss it because it has a ton of great gems in it. So much so that this week I won't even be making a pick of the week because half of the games are good enough to deserve it. Now just as usual, before we jump into that, a quick reminder in case you're new here to the channel, halfway through the video I'll be giving away 2 $5 eShop gift cards. If you want to participate in those giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below, then you check out the next eShop deals video to see if you won. Also remember that if you hit the end of the video and you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking down below in the top pinned comment last week's eShop deals as well as the latest under $5 video, because most of those deals are still running today and I just don't repeat them 2 videos in a row. Now with all of that stuff out of the way, let's not waste any more time, jump straight into the deals. Just remember, if you are liking the content, hit that like button. Now our first great game for today is going to be Death's Door, that is back to its lowest ever price of 35% off, only $12.99, and will be running till September 26th. Now this game is a top-down action-adventure game that, yes, does try to emulate very closely the style of a Zelda game. However, one important point that does separate this game from your average Zelda-like is that the combat in this game is almost a Souls-like style. And I would say that although there are puzzles throughout the game, it is way more combat focused than it is puzzle focused. Now don't get me wrong, that isn't a complaint because I really enjoyed this take on the Zelda-like style and it was actually one of my favorite games of last year. The only thing to be aware of is that it is a fairly more difficult version of this style of gameplay. However, the exploration, the world it creates, and the side characters you'll find throughout your gameplay is really a heck of an experience. Now this is just one of those games that was even a steal at its full price of $20. Today, $12.99, it's a great pickup. So our next great deal for today is going to be the Capcom Fighting Bundle that is getting its first ever sale at 35% off, dropping it to $38.99 and will be running till September 29th. Now first of all, this is actually a bundle that combines the Capcom Fighting Collection with the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. And with these two collections combined, you are getting over 20 2D fighting games. You're getting almost 12 entries from the Street Fighter series, and you're also getting most of the major entries from the Darkstalkers series. Not to mention other side gems like Red Earth, Cyberbots, Super Puzzle Fighter, and others. Basically, if you're a fan of old school classic 2D fighters, this is a must-have collection. On a side note, both of these collections are also on sale separately, with the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection at 60% off for $11.99 and the Capcom Fighting Collection at 25% off for $29.99. So if you already own one of the two, you can pick up the other one at a great lowest ever price as well. But overall, any way you decide to pick them up, they are some great deals for this week. Now next for our great deals for today, we have the Raiden games, and my personal favorite is the one on screen here that's at a brand new low, and that is Raiden IV Mikado Remix, 40% off, $17.99, and running till September 26th. Now these games are some Japanese arcade-styled top-down shoot-em-ups. And the Raiden series is actually one of the longest running, most consistent series in this genre. And this week we have 2 great entries on sale. As I said earlier, my favorite pick, Raiden 4 at $17.99, or you can also pick up Raiden 5 for only $8.99. Now these are basically some great shoot-em-ups because they offer everything that you want. They offer some great visuals, some tight gameplay, and an awesome soundtrack. The 4th entry in the series even offers you what's called the Mikado Remix, really pushing the soundtrack to another level. Not only that, but both these entries offer something that this series is known for, which is 2-player local co-op. So pretty much whether you're a veteran of the genre or you're just getting into shoot 'em ups, the Raiden series is always going to be a great pickup. Now our next game is another one at a brand new low, and that is Kaze and the Wild Masks, now at 66% off, dropping it to only $9.99, and once again will be running till September 26th. Now this game is a 2D action platformer that emulates very closely the style of a Donkey Kong Country game. So much so that most of the mechanics will feel right at home if you've ever been a fan of that series. And I've got to say, a lot of other games have tried to emulate that style, but few have done it as well as Kaze and the Wild Masks. Not only that, but they've brought an absolutely beautiful pixel art style to this type of gameplay and a great soundtrack to accompany it. Now the only thing I'm going to warn here is, just as in a Donkey Kong Country entry, the later levels here will become quite challenging. And if you remember the frustration of those awesome minecart levels, well, Kaze has its equivalent in its auto runner levels. But overall, if you're a fan of 2D action platformers, this is going to be a great one to pick up for this week. So now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winners of the $5 eShop gift cards. And our first winner for today is going to be Justin Wood, who said, "There's some amazing games here at only $5 max. Thanks for sharing all this great content." Well, I'm really glad you're enjoying all the deals, Justin, and you know what? I should really be the one thanking you for watching. And our second winner for today is going to be Joseph Lara, who said, "I've sunk many hours in Super Magbot, very difficult game, but it's really good." And you know what, Joseph? I totally agree with you. Just like I said in the video, I really think it's one of those underrated games. So now all you need to do to claim your $5 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. So now if we jump straight back into our deals, we have another collection at a brand new low, and that is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy that is now $29.99 because it is 50% off and will be running till September 26th. Now, I think this series of games needs little to no introduction to everyone out there, but just in case, they are basically open-world, third-person action-adventure games. And although they're based around similar gameplay styles, the storylines in each game are pretty much self-contained. Now, I've got to say, when this series originally released on the Nintendo Switch, it was not in very good shape, and I would not have suggested it in its original state. And now I'm happy to report that they are pretty much patched up and they're all in decent shape. Now, is this the best way to play these games? Probably not, but for the advantage of being able to switch to handheld mode, some people will definitely go for this version. Not only that, but when this collection originally released at $60, it was feeling very high. However, like today, 50% off, $30, so $10 a game, it really does feel like some good value. Now our next entry is a brand new bundle that is also hitting a brand new low, and that is the Little Nightmares 1 and 2 bundle that is now 60% off, $19.99 for both games, and will be running once again till September 26th. Now the Little Nightmares series is pretty much a horror-based survival puzzle platformer. You're basically playing as childlike characters trying to escape and stay alive from corrupted souls that are looking to eat you. Now, both of these games are some really great atmospheric games. I would definitely say that you have to play both of the entries to get the full experience. So right now, this collection is a great way to do that, because this is really the cheapest way to get both games just in one fell swoop. Unfortunately, on the other end, if you already own one of the two entries, unfortunately, they're not on sale individually. But definitely, if you're into the horror genre and you're looking for some great games to play, this is probably going to be your best choice for this week. Now, our next amazing deal for today is going to be on Neon White, getting its first ever sale 20% off, $19.99, and once again, will be running till September 26th. Now for this game, I'm making a huge exception. The reason why is I actually haven't played it yet. However, I picked it up myself in this sale and I'll be diving in this week. However, based on the conversations I've had with other reviewers and the reviews themselves, I can definitely say that this game is most likely an amazing pickup. It is a fast-paced first-person action platformer with some slight deck-building mechanics. And from what I've gathered so far, the gameplay in this game is absolutely fantastic, with some people already saying it might be in the mix for the Nintendo Switch Game of the Year. On a side note, I did hear that the storyline was slightly more divisive, but the gameplay more than made up for it. Now that being said, I don't want to dive any deeper into this game since I haven't experienced it for myself, but if you're willing to take the plunge like me for this week, this game at its first ever sale I really think is going to be an amazing pickup. Now our next great deal for today is a whole series that is on sale, and that is the Blaster Master series, with the third entry even being at a brand new low of 40% off, $8.99, and running till September 29th. Now this series is actually a mix of 2D action platforming and top-down action gameplay, and it's actually a spiritual reimagining of the Blaster Master game that released on the original NES. Now the first couple of entries are actually even cheaper, with Blaster Master 1 and 2 actually being $4.99 currently. And I've got to let you all know that this is among one of my favorite 2D platforming series on the Nintendo Switch. I enjoyed it so much that I actually paid for the physical Trilogy and imported it from PlayAsia. Not only that, but it's actually a series that managed to get better and better, with each entry pushing the storyline even further and the gameplay becoming even smoother. So if you're a fan of retro-style gameplay and you're looking for a great series to pick up for this week, trust me, the Blaster Master series is going to be an amazing choice. So now it's time for today's Sizzle Reel of Deals, and as I said earlier, it's a massive one. Make sure you don't miss it. So we're now at the end of today's eShop deals video, but I've got to tell you, we're going to follow up with some more amazing deals because there are still other great games on sale currently that we haven't talked about. But now I really want to hear from all of you. Let me know what games you picked up in the comments down below. Also, I need to take a couple of seconds to really thank my channel supporters. Their monthly support is just so appreciated and it helps out the channel a ton. And don't forget on the way out that if you did like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on the notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.